And we're back. It is bed building day. Let's get after it. Looks like I might need a little more length on it, but other than that, it's pretty nice. All right, let's talk about this bed. Came together pretty well. I like it so far. It's got a little wibble wobble to it, but I think with a few adjustments we can fix that and be that much closer to our first overnighter. And in the meantime, for supper tonight, Johnsonville brats. I'm just going to leave those on nice and low and slow. It's kind of a steamy evening out tonight, which is again why I didn't want to build a campfire, but I thought the little Weber would be just right for the evening. While those are cooking up, I want to fill you guys in a little bit. Nothing too dramatic. We had a couple major storms this last week, like tornado warnings, go to the basement type of storms. So I was pretty pleased with how the shelter held up. I needed to tighten up just a couple places. I'll show you here in a minute, down by the bridge, there's actually, the water came up pretty high and left a little deposit of sand and actually moved my 2 logs, I'd say about 8 inches downstream. So we definitely had some weather. We did go back down and check out the conservation area, and I would say the water level was at least 4 to 5 feet above what it was a couple weeks ago in that video. So it was rip-roaring pretty good. That whole gravel bar, sand bar was completely submerged. So kind of wild, but everything held up here pretty well at the shelter site. Pleased with that, very pleased, especially for kind of my, I guess this technically isn't my first shelter. I did build one over at the cabin site that eventually we had to move. But boy, is it just, there's just a learning curve with it for sure. I'm still learning the tips and tricks to keep that tarp, you know, nice and taut so it's not flopping around. But other than that, I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes, cook up some brats, eat them up, and just enjoy the evening. So we're right here down by the bridge. I don't know if you can tell, there was a small layer of sand deposited. And if you look down this direction, you can kind of see the line of how far the water got up to. So our little creek saw some water. Also, this log right here was laying this direction. So it turned it about 90 degrees. It'd have been interesting to be down here when all that water was coming through, but I'm kind of glad I wasn't at the same time. Here's where you can see the water moved both my logs about, I'd say 6-8 inches. It'd have to be quite a bit of water running through to push them. They're not light. Look at this view. Sun coming through the trees. Beautiful. We got 3 Johnsonville jalapeno and cheddar brats. A little mustard on the side on a poor man's bun. All right, let's see how we did here. I'm guessing it's going to be really hot. Still a little warm, but man, it's hard to beat a good brat. What a great night. Felt good to get back out here, get that bed done, get one step closer to an overnighter. I might throw this out to you guys. I need some advice. I'm not a young man, and I like to sleep comfortably. So what are some cheap options to pad, kind of those cross members? This old man's gonna need some padding if he's gonna sleep on that all night. Jump down in the comments, let me know what you think. Things you've tried, things that have worked, things that definitely don't, aren't worth bothering. But I got the bed put together, made some adjustments to the bridge after the storms came through, and cooked up some brats. And I gotta tell you, man, do I love some brats. Again, those were Johnsonville, jalapeno and cheddar, good stuff. Before I get out of here, I wanna quickly talk about something that's been on my mind. And I think I've talked about it in another video quite a while back. But man, have I been struggling with negative self-talk, I guess is the, kind of the clinical word for it. But just a lot of negativity, kind of tearing myself down and just dealing with a lot of frustration. And I kind of found myself falling into that trap of comparison in a few different areas of my life. And man, oh man, honestly, it took coming out here to really shake that. I really am amazed every time I come out what this does for me, for my mentality, for my positivity, for my approach to life. And today we've done that. We got a few things accomplished, had a tremendous meal, enjoyed the peace and quiet, starting to get that evening cool breeze coming through, so it is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to soak that in for a little bit longer, but then I'm going to get out of here. So I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I hope this has been a blessing to you, and we'll see you next time.